Hi, this is John Strother, and this is a short video presentation on troubleshooting or reviewing a web page in terms of how it follows the Section 508 web standards for accessibility. So this is a set of standards to make sure that your content can be delivered and used by people who have that have impaired functionality, whether that's vision, auditory, mechanical, as far as using the mouse and such. There's a lot of different ways of going about this. There's certainly a lot of development tools that you can use to initially create the pages with these kind of standards in place. I've used in the past Dreamweaver CS4, CS5 has templates to help you walk through, and of course there's many other tools that are much newer. But as far as reviewing a web page, there's also many tools out there that can help you to troubleshoot and to see how it follows the 508 standards. Including websites that you can send it to. So what I've done here, I'm just using the Chrome browser, and Google has a set of tools I've used in the past for Firefox. Now they're out for Google Chrome. They're Google's accessibility developer tools. And so what I'm going to do is I've got that added into my Chrome, and I'm just going to go ahead and pop up the developer tools. Alright, so that brings me up a little section and allows me to see my elements and where they're at. And additionally, because I've had that add-in, there's an audits capability, and I'm only interested, this is in terms of accessibility. So I'm going to go ahead and run that against this web page, and this brings up several warnings of anything that it finds that violate these web standards. And the first one is probably the largest and the one we're most interested in. This is how we're going to deliver this content. Keeping in mind that someone may be using a screen reader, they can bring up the text very easily, but what happens when I encounter an image? So in this case here, it's showing that I do have an image out there, and so when the screen reader hits, we've got to be able to convey that information to the user. And the way that we can do that with images and links and such is to add, for the image HTML tag, we can add the option for alt text, and that will be read to someone. In this case, this image doesn't have that. I would want to add that into there. This is very important if it's like a button or something that has a specific functionality. I need to let people know what that's happening. Especially if it's a navigation or some nature like this. In this case, it looks like this is more just a humorous image, so I had the option. I could either say alt text equals just simply a blank string, or I could even put something in such as humorous text. And the second one I'll take a look at is purposes of the link. So if I look up here, I've got several links, and both for usability and accessibility, I want the link text to indicate what the function is. So instead of using click here, I'm going to flesh that out so that it has, download Microsoft PowerPoint, download Microsoft Word, whatnot, so that when my screen reader hits those, my user is getting valid information. In addition, the same thing goes for any other things that I link through. So I notice one other concept here, if I can find it, is that when I link out to another site, I need to check those web pages as well. And so this is, again, this is a JPEG, and this one is an image that is trying to convey a tremendous amount of information. All text is probably not going to be sufficient. I'm going to probably want to have something with a long text description so that the person who's using maybe a screen reader can retrieve that information. Alright, this was a quick demonstration of using Google's developer tools to check for Web 508 web standards. Thanks for your time and attention.